what's that last line? Oh, he's gay. Oh, yeah, see, straight guys don't say that. There's nothing wrong with being gay in any way, but he definitely is.
Why is he so angry?
In case you haven't heard the latest Hollywood bombshell, buckle up, because this one is wild. Ryan Reynolds, the internet's favorite funny man in the face of Deadpool, is suddenly caught in a whirlwind of controversy. One moment, he's cracking jokes and hyping up Deadpool and Wolverine, and the next? The internet is exploding with speculation that Disney and Marvel may have just cut him loose. And that's not all. There's a lawsuit making waves, Blake Lively's name is getting dragged into the mix, and suddenly, people are starting to wonder, has Hollywood's golden boy finally pushed things too far? Oh, and if you think this is just about Marvel, think again. Because this rabbit hole? It goes way deeper. From shady behind-the-scenes drama to career-destroying accusations, we're breaking down everything you need to know. So, what's really going on with Ryan Reynolds? And more importantly, is his career in serious danger? Let's get into it. Hugh Jackman's divorce. A PR move or just a coincidence? Let's start with Hugh Jackman, Wolverine himself. The man has been a Hollywood staple for decades, known for his incredible range. One day, he's slicing bad guys to pieces, and the next, he's dazzling audiences on Broadway, singing his heart out. Jackman is widely adored, a rare A-lister who has managed to keep a clean reputation in an industry filled with scandals. But here's where things get interesting. For nearly 3 decades, Jackman's marriage to Deborah Lee Furness seemed rock solid. They met in 1995 on the set of the Australian TV show Corelli, fell in love, and got married in 1996. To the outside world, they were the picture-perfect Hollywood couple, always supportive of each other, never involved in public disputes, and seemingly immune to the high divorce rates that plague celebrity relationships. Then suddenly, it was over. In September 2023, Jackman and Furness announced their split. Their statement to the press was brief, claiming that they had grown apart, but would continue to prioritize their family. Now, divorces happen all the time, especially in Hollywood, but the timing of this one, highly convenient. First, let's talk about what was happening at that exact moment. Jackman was right in the middle of filming Deadpool and Wolverine alongside Ryan Reynolds. Production had already been delayed due to the SAG-AFTRA strike, and Hollywood was in chaos. Yet, in the midst of all this, Jackman decided to publicly announce the end of a 27-year marriage? That's not the kind of news you just drop casually, unless, of course, there's a strategic reason behind it. For years, rumors have followed Jackman about his sexuality. Speculation about him being gay has been widespread, with some claiming that his marriage was more of a Hollywood arrangement than a love story. These rumors were fueled by Jackman's work in The Boy from Oz, a Broadway musical in which he portrayed openly gay singer-songwriter Peter Allen. His performance was so convincing that some fans and critics started to wonder if it was more than just acting. Adding to this, Jackman's relationship with his wife had always been a topic of debate. When they married, Jackman was 28, and Furness was 41, a 13-year age gap that led to whispers about whether their union was based on love or something else. In Hollywood, the concept of a beard is well known, a public relationship designed to shield a celebrity's true identity. Could this have been the case with Jackman? And more importantly, did their divorce happen at that exact moment to quietly shift the public narrative? The Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively PR machine. Now, let's turn our attention to Ryan Reynolds, Hollywood's golden boy, internet's favorite troll, and the guy who somehow turned Deadpool, a film that was once deemed too risky, into one of the most successful R-rated franchises of all time. But Reynolds' public persona isn't just about his movies, it's about his marriage. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are often touted as the perfect couple. They have the playful, banter-filled relationship that fans love to romanticize. He's the witty husband, she's the effortlessly gorgeous wife, and together, they create viral moments that keep them at the center of pop culture conversations. But here's where things get interesting. Recently, rumors surfaced that Blake Lively may have had an emotional affair with actor Justin Baldoni, best known for his role in Jane the Virgin. While there was no solid proof, whispers about their close friendship and chemistry on set started gaining traction. And guess who allegedly used his power to shut down any talk of it? Ryan Reynolds. Multiple sources claim that Reynolds, who has immense influence in Hollywood, made behind-the-scenes moves to ensure that Baldoni's career didn't threaten his own narrative. While some believe this was just about protecting his marriage, others wonder if there was something deeper at play. Because here's the thing, Ryan Reynolds has been very calculated about how he presents his life to the public. His social media is a perfect balance of self-deprecating humor, loving husband moments, and just enough sarcasm to make him relatable. But what if this curated version of him is hiding something? Let's not forget, this is the same Ryan Reynolds who has spent years obsessing over one man more than any other. Hugh Jackman. The Reynolds-Jackman obsession, genuine friendship or something more? It's impossible to ignore Ryan Reynolds' fixation on Hugh Jackman. Their faux feud has become one of the most talked about dynamics in Hollywood, with Reynolds constantly making jokes about wanting Jackman to be in Deadpool, teasing him on social media, and calling him too attractive in interviews. It's all framed as lighthearted fun, but the sheer intensity of Reynolds' obsession raises eyebrows. Now, to be fair, Hollywood bromance aren't new. But what is unusual is just how long this dynamic has been going on. The feud started way back in the early 2010s, over a decade ago, and yet, Reynolds still brings up Jackman at every opportunity. It feels strategic. What if this entire long-running joke has been a smokescreen? What if this was never about Deadpool or Wolverine but rather a way to distract the public from a different truth? If Hollywood has taught us anything, it's that every joke, especially ones that go on for years, has a grain of truth behind it. Hollywood's long history of image control, the playbook behind the curtain. If there's one thing Hollywood excels at, aside from making blockbuster films and creating overnight sensations, it's controlling narratives. The industry has spent decades perfecting the art of public relations, carefully crafting celebrity personas, and orchestrating events to maintain power, influence, and most importantly box office appeal. And if you think that celebrity divorces, marriages, or even feuds happen organically, think again. Because behind almost every major Hollywood story, there's a team of publicists, crisis managers, and studio executives pulling the strings. Let's step back from Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds for a moment, and look at the bigger picture. The idea of using relationships, whether real or fabricated, to manage a celebrity's public image isn't new. In fact, it's one of Hollywood's oldest tricks. Take Tom Cruise, for example. His marriage to Katie Holmes was one of the most heavily publicized relationships in entertainment history. Yet, when their divorce was announced, it happened so suddenly and so tactically that people immediately started speculating that their entire marriage had been an orchestrated PR move to combat rumors about Cruise's personal life. Then there's Taylor Swift, one of the most strategic celebrities in the business. Her relationships, breakups, and even public feuds have been so perfectly timed with album releases that they almost seem scripted. But why does Hollywood do this? Because in an industry worth billions, perception is everything. A-list actors must maintain a certain image to continue landing roles, securing endorsements, and keeping their audience engaged. If the public sees them in a way that doesn't align with their marketability, their entire career could crumble. And that's where publicists step in. A well-timed divorce, a sudden relationship, or even a Twitter feud can be used to redirect public attention. If an actor is facing damaging rumors, whether it's about their personal life, declining popularity, or behind-the-scenes controversies, changing the narrative becomes critical. Now, let's bring this back to Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Jackman, as we discussed, has dealt with persistent rumors about his sexuality for years. Whether true or not, in Hollywood, speculation alone can affect an actor's career, especially if it doesn't align with the roles they typically play. Wolverine is one of the most hypermasculine characters in pop culture, and while Hollywood is becoming more progressive, studio executives are still very aware of audience perceptions. Jackman's divorce, therefore, may not have just been a personal decision. It could have been a carefully planned move to reset his public image before Deadpool and Wolverine hits theaters. On the other hand, Ryan Reynolds' entire brand revolves around being the charming, devoted husband and family man. He and Blake Lively have mastered the art of looking flawless in the public eye, never a scandal, never a misstep, just the right amount of humor and relatable romance to keep fans invested. But that level of control doesn't happen by accident. If the rumors about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively have any truth to them, it would explain why Reynolds might go to great lengths to silence the conversation and protect the brand he's built. So, where does that leave us? Are we witnessing another Hollywood playbook strategy unfolding in real time? Is Ryan Reynolds not the fun-loving, easygoing guy we've all been led to believe, but rather a highly calculated industry powerhouse who knows exactly how to control the media? And is Hugh Jackman's divorce just another chapter in Hollywood's long history of using personal relationships as chess pieces to maintain a certain image? The truth is, we may never officially know. But one thing is certain, nothing in Hollywood happens without a reason. The question is, who's writing the script this time? So, what's the truth here? Was Hugh Jackman's divorce a calculated PR move to help him distance himself from long-standing rumors? Is Ryan Reynolds hiding behind his perfect marriage while secretly managing the industry's perception of him? And most importantly, has Hollywood been complicit in crafting yet another carefully controlled illusion? One thing's for sure, in Tinseltown, nothing is as it seems. But what do you think? Are we looking too deeply into this? Or is there some truth beneath Hollywood's smoke and mirrors? Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Because in Hollywood, the real stories are always hidden beneath the surface. Stay tuned, because this story? It's far from over.